What's up, guys? Welcome to another Monday night. I'm just going to hit the chat before I know that other people are going to come from Steve's stream. Please go check out Steve's World. He's such an incredible friend and such a great live streamer. And I didn't know, I didn't know, like, I didn't do anything to bribe Steve into streaming, but he's just so good at it himself. So hi, Mike, congratulations on your Jeopardy win. We're just all so proud of you. Patrick, thank you so much for being here. Rockin' Robin, Russ, Marshmallow Man, Brian, hello, Timothy Rain Waters, Jim from More Sunshine, please. Jonathan, welcome. Blue Nose, hello. Alex Brunner, welcome. I hope you guys are having a great Monday night or Monday afternoon or wherever you are in the world. Hey, Charlie from Disney Nerd Herders. Please go check out everyone's channel here that's currently in the chat. They are such wonderful people and they all love Disney just as much as us. So if you are new to the channel or new to the stream or whatever, please go check out everyone's channels here in the chat. Pepper Tree Villa, hello. Steve, that was an awesome stream. So happy that we got to know or get to know a little bit more about Bill's Odds and Ends, and Lori and I, had the privilege of meeting them in person last year. So they're just wonderful people and they definitely deserve to have more subscribers. Hey, Pam's fam, welcome. And Brian, I did not crash the Falcon. I actually got to pilot the Falcon twice. I felt really bad. I made my mom give me her pilot. Like, I don't know. She had gotten the pilot and I had gotten, what did I get? Maybe I had gotten a gunner, but I really wanted to be the pilot. I had never been the gunner either, but I definitely wanted to be a pilot. And so the next time we did it, my mom and I were both pilots, and we did a great job. I mean, if I could say so myself. Hey, Julie, welcome. Oh, thank you, Meg. That means a lot. I really wanted to be on Jeopardy, and I tried my hardest since it's the last month. You did an incredible job. And guys, if you're not already subscribed to Mike Wheeler, he is like the heart and soul of this Disney community. He just is, his humor always makes me smile, and he's just a great person. So please, like, he's on his way to 150 subscribers. So if someone could please put his link in the chat there, please go subscribe to him. He's so awesome, as is everyone here. Hey, Noah, welcome. So I guess I'll just hop into it. I know Resort TV 1 is also streaming, and I had seen that Kelly from Myers and the Mouse is streaming. So I knew that there wouldn't be too many people here, but thank you to everyone who is here and watching. So we had, hey, Amy, welcome. Thank you so much, Patrick, for putting that in there. We had arrived, we left at, I was up at, I think, 4 a.m. on a little bit over a week ago. It was Saturday, and we had left on a Saturday. Oh, when Mike reaches 1,000 subscribers, he says he will stream. So yes, get my brother Mike to 1,000. Love you, bro. Oh, yes, I would love to see Mike stream similar to our John's. Like, I don't know how it happened with 0 videos. They're just they're such awesome people. So, yeah, so we had left. Hey, Dougie, I hope your trip is going well. I'm so sorry I missed your live stream. I know it was something about the Skyliner of death or something, so I'm assuming that you made it out alive. So I'm just going over some of my trip that just recently happened. If you guys didn't know, my birthday was it was 2 weeks ago from today, so it was a milestone birthday for me, and my mom and I decided to make a last-minute trip. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty. I'm honored that you're here. I'm so honored. Hey, Surfer Girl, welcome. No, that's okay, Brian. Yes, I'm pretty's here. Oh, I didn't live stream. It was an accident. Oh, okay. Hey, Rachel, welcome. So anyway, the first day, Saturday, so like I said, very last minute trip for a milestone birthday for me. And my mom and I were just, yes, I forgot to pack a lot of people, Noah. So we were just going, the two of us, and we left the rest of my family home. They were all very busy. So, I mean, we're busy too, but we can make time for a little vacation. So we had gotten up at like 4 a.m. We drove to the airport. We had flown to Atlanta. We had a layover in Atlanta, and then you're more pretty, Pam. And then we flew from Atlanta, where our layover was, to oh, Patrick, thanks for the reminder. After I finish my sentence, I want to show you guys I brought some of the new ears to show everyone. So thank you for the reminder. I'm actually wearing a pair that I made for me. I have a bunch of this fabric now. So then we flew into Santa Ana because we really, really wanted to avoid LAX. And I think if we had rescheduled and replanned everything, we probably would have flew into LAX, since I have family that lives in that area. And we ended up just taking Ubers. We didn't have a car, so like to meet up with her. And yes, so we knew that we were going to Disneyland though, so we wanted to fly into Santa Ana. That's where I saw all the Mighty Ducks jerseys, Dougie. I have a whole bunch of pictures. I was like the only person in the airport, like freaking out that there were like Mighty Ducks, like original Mighty Ducks, like almost like I can't remember what it was called. It was like the golden era or something. Welcome in, Cody. And yes, John Wayne Airport was really easy. It was pretty small compared to some of the New York airports. And so we had gotten in there. Keep in mind, I'm coming from the East Coast too. So we had been up at like 4 a.m., which would have been like 1 a.m., like Pacific time. Hi, PJ. Guys, please go subscribe to PJ. PJ is the coolest person ever. And I am just so honored to be his honorary aunt. And he's just awesome. And I can't wait to hopefully hang out with PJ in January. So vertical takeoff to, oh, no, we actually flew out of Burbank. So I can get to that at the end of the story, because that's the very end. So we had landed, I think it was maybe like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, so like almost 6 o'clock for us. So we had been traveling for almost 12 hours, just moving around, and so we were very tired. And for me, I have, yes, PJ, you're blue. I had to have you as a wrench person. So I'm so happy PJ is going to be one of my moderators now. He's just the coolest. So yeah, I keep losing track of my story. So a lot of you guys know, I think, that I suffer from migraines. So I had, oh, of course, Patrick. I'm so happy that he's going to be his blue name now. He's just the coolest. He's a Smurf. PJ the Smurf. But when we had landed in the John Wayne Airport, I had such a bad migraine, and I just like needed to lay down. It was like 10-15 minutes for us to get from the airport to, and we stayed at the Anaheim Marriott near the convention center. My dad has had several conferences at the convention center. He's had a lot of meetups there or whatever for business. And so he was just like, you should stay there. It's like such a short walk to the park. So, hey, Dreamer Deborah, welcome. So yes, we stayed at the Anaheim Marriott. So it was like a 10 or 15 minute Uber ride from the airport to the hotel, which was unbelievable, coming from here where it takes us sometimes 2+ hours to get to JFK or to wherever. So this picture of PJ is the cutest. Patrick just sent me a picture of PJ, and awesome, PJ. I'm so glad he's doing cartwheels. Oh, I'm so glad that I made him a little bit happy. So yeah, so we just like hung out. Yes, it is so close to the main gate, and we were just so excited to be there. And it was such a short walk. We had timed it with all the crosswalks and everything. I think it took us like 16, 17 minutes to walk from like our hotel to inside the gates of Disneyland, which is what we did. We didn't go to DCA, and Brian was upset with us. But yeah, I think I made a good call, I think, for we didn't get to do everything we wanted in Disneyland, so I wanted to primarily spend my time in Disneyland. Oh, guys, please put hearts in the chat for PJ. He's the best. Not very upset. Well, I know that I'm going to come back and I'm going to spend enough time. I wanted to get my money's worth out of my ticket. And I just knew that if I had done a hopper pass or something like that, I wasn't going to appreciate, oh, thanks guys for putting the hearts in. I wasn't going to appreciate the time that I had in the park. And since it's so similar to Magic Kingdom, but it's also very, very, very different. So the rides are very different. The layout is very different. So yeah, I wanted to spend, Magic Kingdom is my favorite park in Walt Disney World. So obviously I wanted to spend my time there, and just the characters there were incredible. So I had met up with my family that night. I think we went to sleep. I was ready to go to sleep at 7 o'clock. I think we tried to wait until 9. Oh, thank you, everyone. It's my bedtime. Bye. And thank you, Auntie Meg. Oh, PJ, have a great night. Sleep well. Have some sweet dreams. Okay. I hopefully will see you soon. And awesome job. Yes, I love all the hearts for PJ. Thanks, guys. So then we woke up the next morning. It was 4:30 a.m. and I was ready to go because of the time difference. So I had my makeup done. I had everything done literally at 5 o'clock. And I was like, let's go. And breakfast didn't open until I'll let him stay up a little later since he's a mod. I don't want to ruin the routine of bedtime. So I totally understand. It was just like, I can't get like to all my moderators. I'm sorry, but my coolest moderator has to be PJ, because what an honor to have him be a moderator for me, right? I can't remember if I said hi to you, Cody, but welcome, Cody. I think I said hi, but I can't remember. Anyway, so the next day we woke up. My mom and I had matching Haunted Mansion shirts, Haunted Mansion ears, Haunted Mansion backpacks. So we were all Haunted Mansioned out because this was the first time that I had ever been able to experience Haunted Mansion Holiday. And before I get too carried away, because I think we went on that ride like 7 or 8 times in 3 days. So I want to show you guys some of the new ears that I made. So this is the first pair. It's just like Christmassy. So yeah, that was the pair that I really like. I have a couple pairs of these that I have a couple pairs on my Etsy shop that I just, PJ knows zip slips in the chat. I don't think that'll happen. I think that's just you. But yeah, I have a couple pairs of these ones in the shop now. I made these snowflake ones. I really like the glittery bows. So it's got some little snowflakes on there. And then this is the last pair that I had made. It's like, oh, I was gonna say I picked up something. They're velvet, so they like pick up on whatever. But then this pretty green bow too. So I just wanted to show you guys before I forgot. And thank you so much, Patrick, for pointing that out and reminding me and posting all the links and doing all the stuff. You guys are awesome. So the first thing that's very different about Disneyland is that they have paper fast passes still, but then they have something called Disney Max Pass. So we have Disney Fast Pass, they have Max Pass. Well, they have paper Fast Passes. But Max Pass, you pay an extra $15 a day per person, and you get to make Fast Passes on your phone, and then you also get Photo Pass. And I knew that my mom and I, like, so as annual pass holders at Walt Disney World, I love that PJ's still here. At Walt Disney World, and as annual pass holders, you get Photo Pass included in your fee. Like, so you're already paying for Photo Pass, and we utilize that so much. We must have probably thousands of pictures, either with characters in front of the castle, in front of big landmarks, you name it. Just like sometimes we'll just have photographers do like photo shoots of us, and we'll just smile, and we'll just be like in the middle of nowhere in like Epcot, and someone will be taking like 20 or 25 pictures of us, and it's just so much fun. I generally don't like having my picture taken, but with my mom, it's a lot more fun because they're always like, smile, hug each other, do a pose, raise your hand up like that so you could hold a, you know, a balloon or do a magic shot. Oh, same with the Disneyland annual pass holders. Okay, so I guess everyone, if you're an annual pass holder, you get, oh, that's so cute, Patrick. Oh, yeah, so I guess anywhere, if you have an annual pass, you get Photo Pass. So I knew that, you know, at least one of the photos, if I wanted to download it, was going to be $10. I also didn't want to spend a good chunk of my day walking back and forth to attractions, especially attractions that I have no idea where the Fast Pass distribution was. So I knew that if I was in line, I could potentially be making other Fast Passes. That's what I do at Walt Disney World. And then, oh, you want me to show this picture? I didn't know. So, oh, that's so cute. Okay, guys, so this is PJ. He's so excited. And then he's watching us here. He's watching us. He's watching me. Hi, PJ. But that's so cute. Look at this. Look at that face. Oh, I'm so glad that, you know, he's happy. So that's all that matters, right? That's what this whole thing is about. That other people are made happy from it. We make other people happy. That's what counts. So yes, going back to Fast Passes, I knew that walking in on my first day, we were going to be there for rope drop because, you know, the time difference. And I was not worried about being late or missing anything. Oh, okay. No worries, Patrick. It's so cute. Everyone had to see it. So we should just get our daily dose of PJ, and that'll be the best. Everyone will be so happy. We don't get enough of PJ. And guys, please, like I said, go subscribe to Zippity Doodad's son. If someone wants to put the link to his channel there, PJ is awesome. So I knew going in, we're going to be there for rope drop. We were so excited to be there. Like I said, it took 16 or 17 minutes for us to walk from the Anaheim Marriott to the gates, like getting in. The ticket system is weird because like we have Magic Band. I guess it's not weird. It's just something I'm not used to because we have Magic Bands. So we just like, boop, put our wrist up, put our finger down. They don't have that. They just have like paper tickets, and then they take a picture of your face, and then you scan in, or they like scan your ticket, and then you walk in. The thing about Max Passes too is that when you get inside the park, you can make your Max Pass, but you cannot make them unless you're inside the park. So like for Walt Disney World, you can make your Fast Passes 60 days in advance if you're staying on property, or if you're staying off property, you can make them 30 days in advance from each day of your trip. So that's what I'm used to. So knowing that like all the Fast Passes were like free-for-alls, that no matter what, someone could go and get a Fast Pass for a super popular ride, say like the Matterhorn, which we had never been on. We ended up going on it, I think, 2 times. everyone kept saying after we got off, they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you rode that. I'm so sorry." Like, why? It was fun. They're like, "It's so jerky. Like, you get bruises on it or something." I was like, "No, that's fine. It's like we have Space Mountain, so that's almost as bad." Um, yeah. So we walked in. The first thing that I tried to do was log on to the Wi-Fi because I had absolutely no service there. The Wi-Fi went in and out of my phone so many times throughout the entire trip. It was the most frustrating thing because I would pull up to like my app to make a new fast pass or just to even scan them because like to go in, you know, when you scan in for a fast pass at Walt Disney World, you use your Magic Band. I wish I had a Magic Band. Oh, I do. I have one handy. I was like, oh, okay. So you wear your Magic Band, you scan it, you do Mickey to Mickey. Hey, Rob, welcome. Oh, bye, PJ. Have a great night. Sleep well. So when is the PJ and Scar stream happening? Well, I think we talked about what I was going to do. PJ is under no obligation of doing anything. He's actually the true winner. So if you guys want to give PJ congratulations on winning the bracket too before he goes to sleep. So a huge congratulations to PJ for being #1 costume in the Disney bracket. Just PJ's the best. Yeah, so the Wi-Fi was horrible. So it was my cell phone service. So that was definitely very frustrating. It's why I couldn't stream last Monday, but then it was like, just kidding, maybe you can. I would be so intimidated going to Disneyland. Walt Disney World is easy for us, but scary to go to Disneyland. Yes, I totally agree. It was a lot, it was very different, but it was also very similar. So if you guys ever decide to go, I mean, I know there are people that are way better than me at this, but now I kind of know how to work the system. I think one day I had gotten like 17 or 18 fast passes. So yeah, PJ is the best. And I can't believe that Steve he bribed people. Steve, you bribed people to not be in the Final Four. Rob says that's why he loves it. Similar, but way different. And welcome, Scott. Did so awesome on a German test today. Oh, well, congratulations and good luck on your test on Wednesday. Rob speaks the truth. And Brian says he's available to give tours when people are there. So we actually got to meet up with Brian. I could try and find the picture. Brian was so kind to go out of his way to meet with us. And hey, Movie Mania Nick, welcome. Irresistible Magic, hello. Oh my gosh, it's been a rough couple of weeks, but you know, I'm feeling a little bit better being on the stream and getting to hang out with you guys. So I'm just gonna find a picture of me and Brian. And while I'm looking, oh, I found it. Okay. So I got to meet Brian while I was there. I was in my Winnie the Pooh outfit. Brian was so kind. He gave me 2 buttons. One was a cast member like exclusive or preview for Haunted Mansion Holiday, and the other one was a grad night one. Brian says he lives about 3 miles away from Disneyland. Yeah, so it was very kind for him to meet up with us. I think we spent about an hour with you, and it was just a lot of fun, get to talk, and it's always so much fun to meet up with friends that are, you know, in the Disney community. And, you know, I was only there for so many days. And I was with my mom, and sometimes I think my mom gets a little overwhelmed when I have so many people now that I know that go to Disney. And especially, I mean, she loved it the last time, but at the same time, she's like, oh, there's more people. Like, where are all these people coming from? And I remember I had found Dan in Club Cool on his stream, and my mom was there too when we were talking to Dan and his amazing friend. And yeah, she had seen this wall of people coming, and it was Our Disney Adventures. And then I saw Juan walking, and it was so funny. And then 3 out of the 4 Disney That guys came, and I didn't get to see Patrick in that group, but we got to see him a little bit later. And you know, another day on that trip. The power of the internet, exactly. So when there was like 20, 25 people there, my mom was like, do you know all these people? And I was like, yeah, they're my friends on YouTube. And she just, I mean, she loves that I have other people that like Disney. And she's definitely a talker. She's like, I am not a talker. Normally, if you would have met me in real life, I am very shy. But she's a talker. She's very outgoing, and she always like makes conversation with people. I think it was like also that I had left her to go talk to like, I don't know, I left her to talk to Steve and Dave and Ryan, and Dan was there, and all of our Disney adventures. And then then she was talking to Jill from Belle Southern, and yeah, I think she always finds her place in a group of people. And yes, everyone is awesome. And thanks, Brian. Yes, I love my mom so much. She's my best friend, and I'm so happy that we got these awesome pictures from Disneyland. Now the ones we had like matching Spirit jerseys, and I had made us matching ears, and we had matching like literally everything. It was just really special to do that with like a mother-daughter trip. YouTube TV for introverts. Yes, definitely. I found that doing YouTube, I know this is not my Disneyland recap, but I found that YouTube has helped with my public speaking and my public, I don't want to say like public appearance, but just like that vibe that I give off. I feel a little bit more comfortable, like being in front of people. And yeah, I feel like live streaming has helped with that, because you have to definitely stage presence. That is exactly what I was looking for, stage presence. So when you're live, you really have to deal with things like in the moment. And that's what I have to do at my job as well, because things change like that. And so for me to improve upon that, and I'm also doing my thesis research right now, so giving presentations about that and being confident in how I'm talking and how I'm presenting information in a professional way. Just being able to give off that vibe has been really helpful by doing YouTube. So I've definitely gotten a lot of positive skills from doing it. No worries, Nick. I travel to Walt Disney World pretty frequently, so hopefully you'll be back down there. Thanks so much, Rob. Yeah, Rob was one of the first people that I met on YouTube. I remember Rob having a 500 subscriber live stream, and I was like, oh my gosh, Rob, he's already at 500 subscribers. Like, I'm never gonna get there. And I just thought Rob was the coolest person ever. I feel the same. I am so shy and hate going out in public, but I feel so comfortable talking with all of you every day, and I feel so welcome. I'm so glad to hear that, Pam. Yes, I definitely feel the same. I have sort of come out of my shell just a little bit. I call it my therapy. Yes, well, Disney in itself is, I feel, very therapeutic. So yes, that's why part of the reason why we're all here is because it makes us happy, and doing things that are happy are good for us. You have to take Mom back to meet Pepper Tree Villa plus Juan. I know we have to. Juan, we tried to meet up with Juan, and it just wasn't like Juan had just gotten out of work, and we were just like so exhausted because I was still on East Coast time, and so. We had also, the first day we stayed there, we were in the park for 15 hours. Like, we were going, and we went hard. Like, you guys know me. I think maybe it was Rob left a comment one time on my video, and he had said, just watching your vlogs from Walt Disney World made me feel tired. Like, we go hard. Oh, Rob, you were doing awesome, and I could never, ever have the cool, like, radio voice. Yes, a huge shout out to my new partner channel, Patrick, Zibbity Doodad, for streaming for me last week, because I had no idea how that was going to go. Like I said, Wi-Fi was horrible. My cell phone service was not working, so I'm very happy to be back here with you guys on a Monday night. But we did actually end up streaming, I think, a good chunk of the parade and some of It's a Small World Holiday, because I know it skipped and lagged in some areas. But just a huge shout out to Patrick. Thank you so much. And if someone could put Patrick's link in the chat as well, please go check out Zibbity Doodad. Oh, hello, Placido. Hello. My favorite ride at Disneyland had to be Haunted Mansion Holiday. Yeah, we can get to that. That's why I did the giving thanks video to, oh yes, guys, Pam's video like, it made me almost cry because it was just so beautiful. And yeah, just thank you guys. Thanks for showing all the gratitude and yes, just your support and kindness. You don't know how much it means sometimes. I am ready for Frozen 2. I have my tickets ready. I'm going on Friday. Yes. So Haunted Mansion Holiday, we can get into that. That was the first Fast Pass that I had made. I had walked in the gates. Like I said, I tried to make Fast Passes, but my cell phone's reception was really horrible. I had to make it on my mom's phone. For some reason, her phone was working and not mine. So we were able to make it for Haunted Mansion Holiday, and I knew that that was a ride that I had to go on, but everyone kept saying, oh, it's going to be so busy. It's going to be so busy. So I was like, let's hit Fantasyland first, because like I said, it's very different from Walt Disney World to, hey, Walt, hello, Meg, this is our first time in the chat. Nice to be here. Is that why you have a wrench next to your name? So none of the rides in Fantasyland in Disneyland have Fast Passes, which is mind-blowing, because similar to Walt Disney World, Peter Pan in Disneyland is so busy. And then also just all of the rides in Fantasyland are extremely busy. So it's kind of a bummer that they didn't have Fast Passes for it. I don't know what a wrench is. I wouldn't even know how to use it. Well, me either. I'm not handy like that. I could do crafty stuff, but that's what my dad is for, or other people. Yes, the Matterhorn does, but I'm talking about like the dark rides. And yes, I've seen all of the Marvel movies, literally all of them. So I love Marvel. So I knew that we wanted to try and do all of the dark rides because we no longer have them at Walt Disney World. And yeah, I totally understand that, Arnie. The queues just can't accommodate Fast Pass in Fantasyland and Disneyland. Totally understandable. And the queues in Disneyland are so small. They're so tight. You just, like, there's almost no room to walk. I would have kids, like, in the like little queue next to me, and they would like be hitting me and I'm like, I don't know, a lot of you guys have met me. I'm not that big of a person. So for me to like be hitting these little kids, I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to fit through these lines? And so I totally understand like how they don't have Fast Passes, but yeah, I would love it if they could. I mean, they're really small. So anyway, I knew that I wanted to hit Fantasyland first because it was going to be very busy the rest of the day. And I knew that the rest of the park I could basically get Fast Passes for, or just like wait to get Fast Passes for. So we did Snow White's Scary Adventures first. That was our first ride in Disneyland, and it was the bomb. Oh my gosh, I love that ride so much, and I miss it so much at Walt Disney World, but child me probably didn't. Like, child Megan doesn't miss it because it's a terrifying ride. It's really scary. Even for an adult, it's pretty scary. And then we did Pinocchio's Daring Journey. We did Mr. Toad, and then we started to wait in line for Peter Pan. It had a delayed opening, and then we had caught it where it was like 20 minutes, and I was like, let's just get in line because I know it's only going to get longer. And then the ride broke down, and then it got back up, and then it broke down again. And by the time we had finished waiting, I think we waited 45 minutes for Peter Pan, which, I mean, I guess I was going to wait regardless. I love the dark rides, Rob. I think I really miss them in Walt Disney World, but I told my mom I love that they're still there in Disneyland, but to have like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and New Fantasyland, and I love New Fantasyland. Fantasyland is my favorite part of Magic Kingdom, and Magic Kingdom is my favorite park in Walt Disney World. So just Fantasyland all over, my favorite. So we ended up waiting about 45 minutes for Peter Pan, which I still thought was okay, but we generally don't like to wait that long for rides. So then after that, the rest of Fantasyland was pretty like crowded. It was also Veterans Day weekend. I never had the experience of having Veterans Day off as a kid in public school, and then even going to a private college, I never had Veterans Day off. I don't know if that's unusual. So it was like weird to know that. Like, I think veterans, like, thank you to all of our veterans. They definitely deserve to have a whole day off dedicated to them. But for some reason, my public school never did that. So yes, we did Casey Jr. I think we did every ride in Fantasyland by the time we had done the 3 days. And that's why, because every day, all the stuff I wanted to do in Fantasyland ended up getting too crowded for what we wanted to wait for. It does get very crowded a lot. So the days that we were there were very, very crowded, except for the last day. We went on Tuesday, so just about a week ago. Yes, just about a week ago. We went to Disneyland for the last day, and then it was a little bit lighter for the crowds, but still, like the couple days that we were there, it was very crowded. And so then we had time to go to our Haunted Mansion Holiday Fast Pass, and then we were able to make another one. So the thing about the Max Pass is typically for paper Fast Passes for Disneyland, you have to wait 2 hours to get a new paper Fast Pass. And then for the Max Pass, it was only 90 minutes, or like if you had made a Fast Pass for within a half hour or within the hour or something, it had let you make a new Fast Pass in like a half hour or 45 minutes or something. Yeah, the Tuesday wasn't that bad, but I think because it was still like a lingering holiday, there were still a lot of people there. And the thing is, like, coming from this area, like around New York, and only going to Walt Disney World, people have such a different attitude going to Disneyland. People are super relaxed, and it's weird. It's so weird because everyone in California is just super chill. You guys who are from California in the chat, you probably already know this, that you guys are much more relaxed. But when I go on vacation, I always feel like I need a vacation from my vacation because, like, we just go really hard. And that's not the way it is in Disneyland. People are just really relaxed, and they're just like, oh, that ride's not open? Okay, we'll just go to a different one. And then I could just see the people in Disney World just like yelling at cast members, and just, yeah, it's a very different atmosphere. So yes, Walt, we're always go, 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 go. I still was very go, 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 go when we went, but we were able to slow down a little bit for certain things. We only really waited for a couple of rides. We really only waited for Smuggler's Run and Peter Pan. I really don't think we waited for any other ride, really. Fast Pass was a lifesaver because, especially for Haunted Mansion Holiday, and it's a Small World holiday, we just bypassed the whole line. And so we went on Haunted Mansion Holiday for the first time, and I think both my mom is not a Tim Burton fan. She doesn't like The Nightmare Before Christmas, really. She doesn't remember it. That's because there are only 2 parks versus 4. That's also a good point. I am not one to try and hit more than 2 parks in one day, though. Bob and Ashley said she loved how relaxed Disneyland is compared to Magic Kingdom. Yes, it was very relaxed. Just but the guests too. It was like everyone. And so for people traveling, I know that California is much more of a like, it's not as much of an international destination for like foreign travelers or people coming from other countries. I know it can be. We actually saw a lot of people from the UK, but yeah, it's just a very different atmosphere. I feel like Walt Disney World is very similar to New York, where like people don't want to help you. Like, other guests don't want to help you. They cut in front of you. They push people for fireworks. They push people for parades. Disneyland, we made so many friends waiting in line. I mean, we do that anyway, but just the atmosphere of the other guests. And the parks are only 300 feet away from each other. Yes, that is a huge difference instead of having to hop on a bus, hop on a monorail, hop on a boat, you know, whatever to get to another park. And yes, I did get the Max Pass. The queue was really cool for Indiana Jones. I think we did Indiana Jones like 4 or 5 times, and every time we had gotten a fast pass. But going back to Haunted Mansion Holiday, my mom, like I said, my mom is not a huge fan of Tim Burton. She doesn't remember The Nightmare Before Christmas. She just doesn't, she's not into that sort of animation or art like I am, you know. I kept saying to her, I was like, Mom, every second of this movie took whatever, every minute of this movie took a week to film. Every second includes 24 pictures that she like just doesn't care. And I think it's a masterpiece, you know, like people who do stop motion animation, it's always fascinated me since I was a kid. Hey, Leanne, welcome. Because any claymation or whatever I loved, and everyone else thought they were super creepy, but I think I just really appreciate the artistry that went into making the film. But we had gotten, I had obviously seen pictures of the outside of the Haunted Mansion when it's done for Haunted Mansion Holiday, but I didn't realize the scale to what it was, seeing it in person. And just like we had gone in, we did the fast pass. So I know that there's not really too much of a difference between the queue because most of the queue is outside, and the fast pass just meets up when you're going into the stretching room. So I have a better appreciation for It's a Small World since watching Imagineering. Can't wait for more episodes. I haven't been able to watch it yet. I've just been really busy. I really haven't watched Disney Plus. So I'm kind of bummed about that. I really need to. My mom and I watched Noelle, and I thought that was a good movie. I thought it was really cute, and we like Anna Kendrick. So I like Nightmare Before Christmas, would love to see the overlay. Oh, Amy, it was incredible. So we got into the stretching room. The stretching room was already sort of decorated, and I know even just the process of getting into the stretching room compared to Walt Disney World to Disneyland, you actually go down a level in Disneyland because you're in an elevator. And we have a funny story about that where we went down and then we had to come back up and get into the other elevator. So we had gotten into the stretching room and it was unbelievable. I think the entire time I was like either tearing up or my face was just like, like I had said, I felt like my jaw had hit the floor and I couldn't figure out how to pick it up because I was just so astonished by the work that it went into it. That's awesome, Thor: The Dark World. I'm not a huge fan of Thor: The Dark World, but I do love Thor. Thor Ragnarok is my favorite one. Sorry, Walt. Thanks so much, Rob. I love going back up in the elevator. It was so weird. We were like, where are we? Like, because that would never happen in Walt Disney World. Like, the ceiling raises. So in Disneyland, we were like, why aren't we getting out? And why are we going back up? So they had the whole story of, you know, everything rhymed. Everything was Tim Burton. Everything was Nightmare Before Christmas in the stretching room. I don't want to ruin it for anyone that, you know, wants to go on it and hasn't seen it, because I had stayed away from watching YouTube videos for years because I knew that I was going to go one day and I didn't want to ruin it. And I'm so happy that I didn't. And then we had stepped out of the stretching room and we had seen the backdrop for when you get onto the Doom buggies. And I was like, what? And it was like literally every character from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And it had said Merry Christmas, or like, no, it had said, yeah, maybe it did. It said Merry Christmas, and then it had changed to Scary Christmas or something. No, not yet, Brian. I've actually been really, really busy since getting home, and I had the flu, so I haven't really been able to watch too much, but I definitely will have to. That overlay blows my mind, even after seeing it so many years. Yeah, it was incredible. I think we were just in shock the first time that we had gone through it, and I think you could probably hear me. I had taken a video going through it the first time, and I think the entire time I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it was so cool to see. And then to see you know, the stuff for the Haunted Mansion 50th. It felt like such a gift, you know, because that's my favorite ride. And they had this huge like Haunted Mansion in the dining room scene, and then they had all of the Nightmare Before Christmas characters, and then you guys have the Hatbox Ghost, and then going into the graveyard, you got to see Jack and Zero, which Zero is one of my favorite characters ever. Like, I have my little Zero right here, Zero, and then there was like the caretaker Jack, and oh, I'm going to spend Thanksgiving with my family. I hope all of you guys get to spend Thanksgiving with some of your loved ones and, yes, get to eat lots of food. I actually don't like the food at Thanksgiving, so that's not like a motivator for me. It's just seeing all my family is the best part. And thanks so much, Patrick, for posting that. And yes, I loved it. It was incredible. And I feel like I could talk about it for, you know, hours. My mom and I, like I said, I think we did it 7 or 8 times in 3 days. So I think the first day we had ridden it like 4 times. We rode it 4 times, whatever the past tense is. Hey, Captain Akron, welcome. And yes, so we were so excited going into the graveyard scene. It was just unbelievable. Like I said, I don't want to ruin it for anyone. And then instead of Constance at the end, you have Sally that's like, okay. You know, she doesn't say hurry back. She's like, she says something about like Santa and the sleigh. And it's just like so much less morbid than the normal Haunted Mansion. I love both versions, but it was an absolute pleasure to see it. And we were so mind blown. We literally had to go on it like immediately after because it was so cool. Like I said, I think the first day maybe had gotten like, I think maybe 17 fast passes or something. So we really had bounced around. The other ride that we were so surprised at that was so different was Pirates of the Caribbean. And no one, oh yes, make sure you bring your Sandy Claus sack. That's what it is. Thanks, Brian. Hey, Sarah, welcome. Hey, Meg, haven't been able to watch recently as I've been working, but so glad I could catch you today. Well, thank you so much for being here. We missed you. We're just talking about my most recent trip to Disney, which was Disneyland, and I just got back. So just talking about some Disneyland stuff, and everyone welcome Sarah back. So Pirates was so different for us because, first of all, you guys have 2 drops. We did not know that. And you guys go through the Blue Bayou, which we got to eat at, which was fantastic. We did the Phantasmic dining package there. I would highly recommend it. We got these like purple seat cushions too. Hey, Ryan, welcome back. Pirates was so crazy. It was so different. We weren't expecting it. I could see how that Pirates turned into a movie series. Like the one in Walt Disney World, maybe not as much. I'm like, how did someone get inspiration? I mean, I could see it, but the one at the one at Disneyland is so different. It's just like I feel as if it's more immersive, and you feel like you're really in a pirate ship, or you're, you know, among these pirates. Brian, I actually don't have the button with me right now at my desk, but I could definitely try and take a picture of it and show it off later. But I really appreciate the button. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it was such a different ride experience for us. And then just the queue was so different. And then you after the ride ends, you come back around. And at the end, you go up again because you go down a couple times. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, are we going for another drop? And then my mom was like, I don't think so. It was just that aspect of going to a new park and not knowing what to expect is really fun. And it reminds me why I love theme parks so much. Is just no matter how many times I go to Walt Disney World, I will love it so much. But getting to experience something for the first time is really magical. And so seeing Haunted Mansion Holiday, doing Pirates, doing the Matterhorn, doing all the dark rides, doing Storybook Canal, doing like all these awesome things. Autopia was closed when we were there, so we didn't get to do that one. I kind of wish we were able to, but you know, I'd rather go on the Haunted Mansion or something than Autopia. Even Buzz Lightyear was so different, and I was so frustrated because I'm like, I'm so good at the other one, and I want to get a good score. Like, I'm always a galactic hero in Walt Disney World, and my first score was less than 100,000. I'm like, I'm a failure. So um, we had done Buzz twice the first time, where the first day we were there. And then I had gotten back to the hotel room and I was like, it is my mission to figure out where the targets are and what target, because you guys have like different shaped targets. We don't have that. So you have like circles, squares, triangles, and diamonds, or diamonds, triangles. Triangles are the highest point value, and then diamonds, you like want to go for those two. But it was hard. I think my highest score, I felt pretty proud of it, was a little bit over 300,000. But I don't know how people get like over 1 million, because I remember watching Brit on Resort TV 1 stream one time, and you could get over 999,999. Like, you could get over 1 million. It just shows up on your picture. And so I felt like I did pretty good with 300,000, because it was like the first time I had really gone and tried to do it, as opposed to like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin at Walt Disney World, where I've done that ride so many times and I know which targets to hit to get the galactic hero. So I think if we go back, we'll definitely have to try to figure out some better targets to hit. I have been to Galaxy's Edge. I've been to now both Galaxy's Edge, yes, in Disneyland and in Walt Disney World. Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge is huge compared to Walt Disney World. You guys have like an entire other section. I don't even think we walked through the entire thing, but we did ride Smuggler's Run twice. My mom and I were pilots one of the time, and then I was a pilot. Well, we had ridden it 3 times. We did single riders once, and I would not recommend doing single riders for that ride, especially in Disneyland, because we did single riders in Walt Disney World one time, and my mom and I ended up riding together. And I think we were both engineers, but that was okay because I had never been an engineer before. But in Disneyland, in the line, they were like, thank you so much for volunteering to be an engineer. You will not have a choice in, whatever role you get. And you will also be separated from your party. Galaxy's Edge-Eye. Hey, Isaac, welcome. I'm glad that we cleared that up. It's like cacti, but Edge-Eye. I don't know. Jedi. Hey, isn't that like backward? Edge-Eye? No, I don't know. I think Ryan just came up with a new word. But like I said, in Disneyland, I don't know if I would recommend doing single riders. If you haven't been an engineer, sure. I think we waited just as long as we would have in the regular line, because the person for the regular line, the cast member, was saying, any riders of parties of 1, 2, or 3, and we're like, we're an entire line of parties of 1. Like, please choose us. And they would never pick us. So it had taken a really long time for us to get through the line, probably a good 40, 45 minutes in the single rider line. And the other line was it was 40, 45 minutes too. So yeah, I don't know if I would do single riders again, especially if you're forced into being the engineer. At least in the other line, you have an option, or, a chance to be something else. An engineer is the worst role. I still haven't been a gunner, but I love being the pilot. And yes, so I haven't really gotten through all of my trip, but I did get to talk a good chunk of time about Haunted Mansion Holiday and how much I loved that ride. And just like, you guys you really have some good pins too. The thing I really like about Disneyland is the proximity of things to each other. So the lands, you like walk, you're like in the main street area, or like, I don't know what you guys call it, but I know it's the hub area in Walt Disney World and like Magic Kingdom. But I'm just going to call it the hub, I guess. So if you're in like the hub area near the partner statue, you're like only so many feet away from Adventureland, Frontierland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland. Oh, and we didn't even talk about the characters. Oh my gosh. The characters were fantastic. And you guys just have a roaming evil queen. Like, we met, and Mama Mouse, welcome. And you guys did such a good job on Jeff's stream last night. It was so great to see your whole family together, and I hope Taylor's doing well. And, you know, we're always praying for Taylor. Oh, it's just called The Hub too. Okay. So yes, you guys have a roaming evil queen. We met her twice, 2 different days. And I'm so bummed. My mom, I think, is even more bummed about it, because we had gotten our pictures, but she thought she was recording, but she wasn't. And then when she stopped the recording, she had turned on the recording, or what she thought she had stopped. So we had missed like a good 3 minutes of us just chatting. But the first time we met the evil queen, no one was around, and we just walked through the door next to the castle, and we saw her, and we're like, yes, we love you. And she was like, yes, ladies, bow to me. And we were like bowing to her, and she was fantastic. And I got to hang out with Captain Hook and Peter Pan and Aurora, and I was the first person to meet Holiday Mickey Mouse on our first day there, and that was really special. I'm trying to think. I mean, I feel like maybe I'll have to make another stream about this, or just you guys might have to catch my videos, which hopefully I'll have edited to have up for my like Vlogmas series. So I'm thinking maybe on Sundays I'll be able to post them. I just have to get them edited, and hopefully I'll get a good chunk of them edited next week during, you know, the couple days that I have off for Thanksgiving. I met Cruella de Vil and Pluto in a meet and greet at Town Square. We got to meet Cruella de Vil as well. It was really awesome. Oh, it's the birthday boy, Mickey Mouse. Happy 91st birthday, Mickey. So I got to meet Mickey and Holiday Mickey. We met Holiday Minnie. We met Holiday Donald. We didn't get to meet Goofy, which I'm bummed about, but we got to see him walking around. We rode some of the Main Street vehicles, which we never do at Walt Disney World. Just to experience it, we watched the parade every day that we were there. So we watched it 3 times in 3 days. We watched the fireworks once, like 1.5 times. And then we saw some of it from our, like we had a balcony in our hotel. So that was also pretty cool to see. Oh boy, that's swell. We got to meet Mickey in Toontown, because you guys still have Toontown and we don't. There's just so much stuff that you guys have that we don't have at Walt Disney World, and it's so cool that they're so similar but so different at the same time. And we didn't even get to go into DCA, which is something that's on my bucket list to be able to go there. But I'll just quickly end it saying we left Anaheim to go up to Burbank because I went to a taping of the Ellen DeGeneres show. Ellen is one of my idols. She is just the most kind, caring person. She spreads such positive messages. Yes, we explored Toontown. So I wasn't able to watch the episode that I was on. It aired today, but hopefully I think my brother's girlfriend, Alex, taped it. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to catch it somehow. And that was just an incredible experience. My mom and I really, we had such a good time. And then we left that night. So, and then we got home. Yes, we got to go on the Ellen show. We weren't like guests or anything. We just were in the audience. And Ellen is just, oh my gosh, she's the best. I could talk about Ellen all the time. And it is sort of related because she's Dory, you know, but yeah, I wish that I could go back and go on her show, you know, more times. And just our guests, we actually were at a double taping. So we had seen David Spade, which aired on Thursday. And then we had seen Chadwick Boseman from, you know, he's Black Panther. And I think that aired today. So we had caught 2 interviews, and we were just very excited and blessed to be there. What is your favorite? So I've never been to California Adventure, but I loved Disneyland. But I want to start to wrap it up just because I know Pepper Tree Villa is going on next. So if someone wants to post the link to Pepper Tree Villa's stream or to their channel, and we could all head over there. But thank you guys so much for, you know, spending your time with me tonight and just listening to me talk about my trip. And we had such a blast, and it's sad that it's over, but, you know, we have January to look forward to, which I was thinking on my drive home today, I don't know if I should be more excited or more scared because I had gotten slightly injured. I had hurt my knee, so I haven't been able to run. I've just been trying to do walks, and sometimes it hurts to walk. So I'm just like, well, how is this going to go in January? But it's getting a little bit better, and I think within the next couple days or so, I'm going to try to go for a light jog just to see how it feels. If not, I'm just going to walk all of my races. But yes, everyone, no, I'm not going to go. I wish I could go to Disneyland in January. We're going to Walt Disney World to do marathon weekend. So I'll be doing the Dopey Challenge. And I know some of my friends from the Diz and That crew are going to be doing the 10K, and just a lot. We're going to have a lot of people doing the 10K. My dad's going to be doing the half marathon with me, and I'll be doing the 5K and the full by myself. So thank you guys so much for being here. Let's go head over to Pepper Tree Villa and have a great night, guys. And I will see you next week. I actually think I might be posting a video tomorrow about a luggage review. So I would highly suggest checking out this luggage. I really liked it. But just you guys could see my full review. I think it's going to go up tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, and go head over to Pepper Tree Villa. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.